It's a season of love. Happy Valentine, let's celebrate love. It's the season of love. Happy Valentine's to you all. It's a season. All right, let's get serious. So when this movie ended, I was like, what of Dedunke? All right, let's talk about it. Hello everybody, my name is Oris Daniel, gospel film reviewer and critic. I'm very delighted to bring another movie review to you all. This is a long anticipated Mount Zion movie, Abejoye, written and directed by Bamiloye, a collaboration between the Flaming Sword Ministries and Mount Zion Film Productions rather. So this movie, everyone has been anticipating this movie, that when it was uploaded yesterday on Damilola Bamiloye's YouTube channel, the whole internet went up in flames, and I, as one of the people who have anticipated this movie for a long time to be on YouTube, I clicked on it immediately and watched it all through the night. I had an all night because of this movie, so I'm here to talk about it. Okay, we are going to review Abejoye right now, so let's check the film out. So finally, Abejoye is being uploaded on YouTube. I'm very glad to bring Abejoye review to you all this evening, so sit back, relax and enjoy. Soundman on the set was J. Mikey. Makeup artist was Darasimi Bamiloye and Nike Owa, one in Nigeria and one in overseas. DOP on the set was Damilola Bamiloye. It was edited by Joshua and Damilola Bamiloye, written by Bamiloye, directed by Bamiloye, produced by Wale Adeyi. It's a collaboration between the Flaming Sword Ministries and Mount Zion Film Productions. So the movie features cast like Baba, who played by Bamiloye, Dele played by Wale Adeyi, Laide played by Gloria Bamiloye, Dedun played by Bambo Adeyi, and then the pastor played by Adegbenga Adeboye. So before I finally rate this movie, let me just be giving you a brief summary of the storyline. It tells the story of a Yoruba family that were living abroad, that were living overseas, that wanted their father to come over to overseas to join them. So when this decision came up, immediately they made this decision. The father in the family, they started having nightmares. The children started having series of nightmares. The wife started having some bad dreams. The husband himself started having some bad dreams, and it became worse when Baba came over eventually. When nightmares continued and persisted everywhere, nightmares, the father came overseas with an unsettled diabolical issue he had with a family back home in Nigeria, in the sense that the family will not just let him go to be in possession of a certain guard. He's from a king, he's a kingmaker. The family will not just let him be with that guard. So they said they're going to deal with him, they're going to see the root of the matter, and then they kept on dealing with him. He kept on reciting incantations in the house in overseas, and then the wife was not comfortable with it at all. You all know women, they all have their way. At the end of the day, she wangled her way out, not until she said Baba must be returned back to Nigeria. So he was returned to Nigeria. Thank God for the pastor, the way the pastor handled the issue. The pastor took him into his own house rather than returning him to Nigeria, seeing the fact that the pastor was more experienced than them, knowing that even if Baba returns back to Nigeria, the story is still not going to change. The same thing would keep happening, which did when Baba still left that house. On the other hand, on the other side of the story, Wale Adeyi played Dele was having an affair with the choir director in the church, which broke his marital hedge and allowed the devil to come in, thereby not breaking this oneness between him and his wife that could make them reason together and settle the issue better than they did. So the storyline ended like that. I will not tell you that this is all that happened in this movie. I advise you all to go check it out for yourself, so you don't miss out. Go check it out. It's a great one. The message in this movie was wow, and it was so on point. Straight up to the things I love and things I did not like about this movie. As you all know, it's a review, and I'll always be here to give it to you all straight up as it is. Cinematography was beautiful. Editing was beautiful. Establishing shots of US abroad was great. The sound was the greatest thing in this movie. I heard everything without having to strain myself. Also, the message and the storyline was powerful. The message was on point. I mean, it could make you cry. If you're not strong enough, this movie will make you cry. When Baba Abejoye was to be returned back to Nigeria, it was so emotional, and it could make you laugh at some point. Baba Abejoye was so funny and believable. The continuity and the costume was good as well and appropriate for the characters. The theme music by J. Mikey was wonderful. Bamiloye's acting was so great. That man can act. It was his acting, the way he interpreted the role was so at ease, and it was so great. I mean, I salute him for playing that role. The way he brought in Baba Abejoye, the way he played Baba Abejoye was unbelievable. He soaked himself into the character. He behaved like a real illiterate. He behaved like a great grandfather, and he was so hilarious, and he did it at ease. The message in this movie was wow. I salute the writer, that the Mike Bamiloye. Once again, it's not easy. The message was so on point. Gloria Bamiloye did well. Wale Ade also soaked himself so deeply into the character, and he was emotional when the scene demanded that he be emotional. He did it well. The children also acted well, but not as well as I was expecting. Shout out to the things I did not like about this movie. Baba being able to travel all the way from Nigeria to overseas from the village, seeing the fact that this was his first time, didn't really work for me. I thought they should have paired him with someone else. Seeing the fact that he could not speak English, how was he able to cope with them in the airport? How did he know his departure time? How did he, a lot of things, that procedures that happen in the airport, I mean, that an illiterate cannot just follow easily like that. So that didn't work for me, and it made the whole thing not believable. Next thing I did not like about the movie was that I saw a bit of a shawuru in Baba Abejoye. The way he dressed, the cap, the costume, the guard he kept on shaking, the calabash, the way he was walking. At some point, it was just like I'm seeing Baba Ishawuru. I thought they would have deviated from the Baba Ishawuru role in Abejoye, maybe brought in something different that would have made me appreciate better than I did, but it's still great. Also, next thing was that the makeup was fading out. The tribal marks on Baba Abejoye was fading out in some scenes, and that I thought the makeup artist should renew from time to time on set because of sweat and all that. I think the makeup artist should have been renewing the makeup. The continuity of the makeup wasn't good enough. Also, the pastor kept on asking about what he already was told about, and he was now being told again, and then that now delayed the film and made it longer than it is supposed to be, because the pastor kept on repeating questions that he had already been aware and been told and been given answers to. That I did not appreciate. Also, the pastor was too out of the picture for too long until the issue became bad before the pastor came in. I know the writer wants us to understand what will go on between the pastor wants us to get, the writer wants us to get all the whole drama, but there's a way I think the writer should have put it. Not the pastor was not in the way that the pastor was out of the story. There were problems in the family. The pastor was out of it for that long until it became worse. I mean, knowing Nigerian moms, Nigerian mothers, immediately there's any problem like this, their children are having nightmares and there's a problem, they will take it to their pastor immediately. So I just thought, personal opinion, that the pastor was kept out of the scene until it was damaged before he came in. I mean, they should have still, there's a way the writer should have still coined everything that we'll still get everything without the pastor being out of the story for that long. Set design wasn't carefully done, in the sense that I saw some pictures of people that were not members of the family still in the parlor, in the living room. That didn't work for me. Also, it was too heavy on dialogue. Anyway, I will give them a pass for that. I love the film, seeing the fact that I was glued to my screen. Also, no nightgown, no pajamas for us to connect that these were night scenes. They were just putting on their normal, the family was just putting on their normal attire. Also, what happened to Dedunke? I mean, everyone repented in the movie. What about Dedunke? Shouldn't she repent? I just think the whole thing should have been balanced for us to see better than the way it ended, without one character repenting. Also, the wake-up scene was not believable. That scene where the concubine Dedunke was waking up daily to go back home to his wife at 6 a.m. after spending the night with her. The wake-up scene wasn't believable. He wasn't looking like someone who just woke up from sleep. That didn't work. I think the director should have paid more attention to detail in that aspect. Also, this minute they are a powerful Christian, the next minute they are a weak Christian. The way they talk doesn't even you couldn't even learn anything or see anything that would depict that these are powerful Christians. I think they were not, the role wasn't well, it wasn't well balanced. I didn't understand some things about the way they behaved in some situations and the way they behaved in some scenes. They are powerful Christians organizing retreats, organizing prayers and fasting. They are reading their Bible. At the end of the day, they talk anyhow. They talk like unbelievers and people that didn't work for me. Also, at some point, the slap was unreal. The way the husband slapped the wife before the pastor, I don't think it was perfect. Like the way the villagers came and slapped Baba Abejoye in the house, I think the slap was not real. Also, at the end, when there was apology and everyone apologized, I just felt that they should have not made Dele to talk in, put on his glasses and begin to snap picture. I think that he should have been quiet for some time throughout till the end of the movie, seeing the fact that that will help us connect that he is remorseful. But him just blending, putting on his glasses back, didn't really depict remorsefulness, which I did not really value or appreciate. Ladies and gentlemen, this is all I'm able to gather for Abejoye. Go check it out, and I advise you all to go check this movie out. Kudos to the team, Mount Zion Flaming Sword Ministries. This is a landmark movie. I mean, it's great, it's powerful. My name remains Oris Daniel. Of course, keep your fingers crossed for more gospel movie reviews from me. Bye for now. I'll see you all later in next one. Catch you all later.